To say I'm honored to be here would be a gross understatement. For this group of people to come out on a 20-degree day, that just tells you the amount of emotion, frustration, and concern citizens in this state have. And this group behind me, Marcus on a city level, Christine in the judges and courts, and Laurent's on a national level. I'm going to speak to you on a state level. I am running for New York State Senator. The irony of this whole where we are as a state is many of us, and most of us, can't believe what we're even seeing. It's almost like it's a nightmare, and you just can't imagine that this could even be happening. But let me step back. I was born and raised right here in Rochester, New York. Blue-collar family, little 1,000-square-foot home right in West Irondequoit. I'm founder and CEO of 2 corporations, small businesses really, never more than 10 employees, and 1 community outreach center. I established all those with no family money, no government money, no partners, no handouts, just my faith in God and my belief in the American dream. I've brought some specific notes because there's some certain things that I really want to share with you, and I want to touch on them for you. First of all, the reason I'm running, if you're going to vote for somebody, you need to know who they are, why they're running, and what they're going to accomplish for you, the voters. We don't hear any of that from politicians anymore. They're all self-serving. So let me tell you a little bit about that myself. I gave you a little bit of who I am. One of the reasons I'm running is I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, and I'm an uncle. I'm not too much worried about me, but I am worried about that next generation because things are changing rapidly. For years now, our streets have not been safe and crime just continues to grow worse. My opponent supported defund the police, took $5 million out of this man's budget in the Rochester Police Department. She supported cashless bail. She supported less is more. And there's a bill in front of Albany now for this state. They want to release every felon that's 55 years of age or older out of prison just on the basis of age. So if you're a pet, and they want to expunge their record. Now, if you understand what that means, they're going to erase the record. So if you were a pedophile, and we know that pedophiles target places where children are, and if you happen to be a plumber or an electrician or a maintenance guy, and you were in for pedophilia, and you're released, you can go get a job at your grandkids or your kids' schools, and nobody's going to know. That's how insane what's going on in our state is what's happening.
It's evil.
Our cost of living keeps going up as our opportunities to grow have diminished. We're losing New Yorkers by the hundreds of thousands, and I'm not exaggerating, not the tens of thousands, the hundreds of thousands. First of all, to be clear, I'm not a politician. I never have been. I'm an independent man, and I'm trying to do what I can. I'm from outside of government. I want to make a difference. I've had a lifetime, though, however, of volunteering in the community. You Google my name, you're going to see I've been volunteering in different capacities in Monroe County since I was 20 years old. I'm proud of the fact that I don't know the ins and outs of Albany, because that's the problem with Albany politicians these days. They put the interest of the politicians ahead of the people that they're supposed to be representing. They chase hardworking New York taxpayers out of the state. They put common criminals before the victims, before our police officers, men and women in law enforcement, and law-abiding citizens. If I'm elected, I'll put the people first, and I'll be held accountable. I will support our brave men and women in law enforcement. I'll value the lives and dignities of our seniors, of the handicapped, of the mentally ill, of this challenge that we have in our society. You know, as a business owner, I hired a lot of people, hundreds of people, blue-collar working class people, because that's how I got my start. I started on a machine in a machine shop at 18 years old. Do you think at that age I thought I knew I'd become a CEO? Never resonated in my mind, didn't even think of that. So I had to deal with a lot of people that had challenges. My job as a CEO and as a president of my company oftentimes was that of a counselor, an instructor, a teacher. Sometimes I had to even be a parent to some of these young employees. I will make sure we keep politics out of children's classrooms and give parents their voice back. Enough is enough. Why can I take my grandson into Walmart or McDonald's or Wegmans maskless, but I can't take him into school that way? I've been sending letters to Holcomb saying, somebody explain that science to me. What supports that? I can bring my 5-year-old anywhere, but I can't let him go to school. It's crazy. I'll work to provide better economic opportunities for all New Yorkers, and I will work for the taxpayers, not against the taxpayers. A stronger workforce and accountability in our government. There has to be checks and balances. I had to do it in my business. Why is our government run rampant? They post things that we don't even have an opportunity to vote on. My opponent supported something called sex education for social change. If you're not familiar with that bill, what that bill basically says, she wants to start teaching sex education, gender identity, starting in kindergarten, 5 years old. At 8-year-olds, she wants to teach what hormone blockers are to change your sex if you don't like the sex you're identifying with. And at 11 years old, she wants graphic lectures on anal, oral, and vaginal sex. This is one of those things I couldn't believe, so I had to look up the bill. It's S5428A to make sure it's really real, and it is. This is the bill that she's trying to push through right now. I promise you, this will be a campaign of the people, for the people, by the people. I'm committed to turning things around as much for your family as I am for mine. You know, whenever I go anywhere, people are frustrated. I'm talking to business people, I'm out every day, talking to homeowners, talking to tenants, talking to small businesses, talking to teachers, and everybody's frustrated. And frankly, a lot of people are scared. We know what's going on crime-wise. It's crazy what's happening in our state and in our city. With over 35 years of problem-solving experience, I will tell you this. I have the skills and the leadership to solve some of these problems. Bottom line, I'll get it done. I'm not going there to join a boys club. I'm not going to Albany because I want a new career. No, it's got nothing to do with it. I was planning on enjoying Florida. But I'm here and it's 20 degrees. So having said that, if you'd like to learn more, or you'd like to volunteer, or you'd like to support our campaign in any way, you can visit my website, which is morellforstatesenate.com. It's very simple. Morell is 2 R's and 2 L's. If you sign the law today and you'd like, well, someone will reach out to you. You can volunteer for an hour, a month, a week, whatever. We're going to have a million things to do. One of our staff will get in touch with you. At any rate, folks, what I'm really trying to say is together, we can take back the state. It's not going to be an easy fight. They've got a lot of money. It's global money, it's corporate money, and it's communist money. George Soros gave my opponent $482,000 last year to run. So if you can contribute even a small amount, $5, $10 to any of our campaigns, because we're financing them ourselves, we need your help. But most of all, we need your vote, and we need your prayers. And I thank you so much for